Take a quick look at John Sallient's analysis of Lemuel Haynes and his theology. First, a little background on Lemuel Haynes. He was born in 1753 to a black father and a white mother. The white mother took refuge in a fairly wealthy individual's home in order to birth the child and then quickly abandon the child. That family, the Roses, raised Lemuel Haynes, who was of mixed descent then in pre-revolutionary Connecticut. Again, the Roses were a white, very devout Christian family. There's little information in to his childhood as he grew up. However, his writings do demonstrate that he held significant fears, especially at an early age, often probably irrational fears. Um, but also noted that there was a significant amount of prejudice that he felt as a child being raised in Connecticut there. Again, as the author, as John Sallient would note, involved very much the the situation with a child of mixed race or a black child being raised in a white family. He was indentured, so he lived basically as a servant to the Roses until he gained his freedom in 1774 at the age of 21. But he was also well educated and possessed very good oratory skills, and actually preached to the family from a very early age. He was Calvinist. The family was Calvinist, and again that influenced his view on the world and his approach to life from there on out. He fought as a Minuteman at Lexington and Ticonderoga, although he didn't actually see any combat. He did volunteer and attempt to fight there. He also penned the Battle of Lexington, which was a ballad, probably on the march to Lexington. And we'll get to that a little more in a minute. But he did set the foundation for future black abolitionists from a Calvinist or Christian mindset, gave them basically the ammunition that they needed later on in the 19th century. His beliefs, he believed slavery was considered legal under Judaism and Islam. He looked at, considered that Christ in the New Testament then made that Islam or made that slavery illegal, although it was still harbored in many parts of the world, including, of course, Africa and the Americas. A couple quotes from him. He considered that Africans judge of Christianity carry, quote, with it a sword, a gun, powder, and ball, and that the slave trade brings ignominy upon our holy religion and makes the name of Christian sound odious in the ears of the heathen. So obviously he felt that Christianity was being perverted in the furtherance of slavery. He considered that vision was extremely important, and the fact that you could see the works of God around you, but also the banality of slavery. Basically, if individuals would open their eyes, Christians would open their eyes, it would give them a means to an end there to end it. The big thing that I took away was his linking the Revolutionary War, the rebellion, to slavery, possibly expecting the same outcome from both, which of course took a little longer to happen. On that note, I think is a good look into his thoughts. I'm going to quote just a little bit here, and this will be down in the notes of the video, from his Battle of Lexington. Thrice happy they who thus resign into the peaceful grave, much better there in death confined than a surviving slave. This motto may adorn their graves, let tyrants come in view. We'd rather seek these silent rooms than live as slaves to you. O earth, prepare for solemn things. Behold an angry God. Beware to meet the King of Kings armed with an awful rod. You can obviously see there that he very much equated his Christian faith to the need for the rebellion from England, but also, of course, the end of slavery. And very quickly, a look at John Sallient's analysis of this himself. He went very in depth into Haynes' theology, especially the Catholic or Calvinist trends there. He pulled heavily from Benezet's 1771, Some Historical Account of Guinea, which was Benezet's look at the actual slave trade that was going on in Africa. Saillant pulled very heavily from his works there. He acknowledged a heavy influence that the Roses, his surrogate father, and John Edwards had on his theology. And he never noted any hostility or grudge from Haynes, but I think the author could have done well for himself to emphasize that. And finally, I think the Battle of Lexington that Haynes penned on the march to Lexington would have really strengthened his arguments there. Again, this look at Haynes, a real hero of the time period and somebody that should be a household name.